Okay, let's go to our next question. Our next question is a geometry question, and I've got a few minutes to do this question with you. I've got 4 minutes to be exact, so let me not waste time. I'm going to read immediately. The purpose of doing this question with you is to show you how to deal with proportions. The question says, in the diagram ABCD is a parallelogram. If it's a parallelogram, those two are equal to each other and they are parallel. Okay, so that's what we've got. Then they say the diagonals intersect each other at M. Okay, if they intersect each other at M, we know that the diagonals of a parallelogram does not only intersect, they bisect one another. So spare that in your head for now. Then it says, F is a point on AD. F is on AD such that FD, or what do they say? FD is 4. AF to FD. AF, let me use another color. AF to FD is 4 to 3. Now, folks, if that was 8 to 6, then it represented a length. A ratio is represented in simplest form. Okay, so that is a ratio. This that they gave us is a ratio. Okay, then they say AM is, E is a point on AM, E lies on AM, such that EF is parallel to BD. And then they just say that FC and MD intersect at D. Or BD intersected G. Okay, so the first question they ask us is to find the ratio for EM over AM. Now, before we do that, let's work with this figure first of all. Folks, and this is what I want to show you. So if I don't finish this question, I want you to take this away from here. If that's your ratio, you know that in this triangle that we have over there, we have two parallel sides, which means the sides are in proportion. So I'm going to indicate this proportion here as 4m over 3m. I'm putting an m there so that I turn it into a length. It's not a length, it's a ratio. So by putting the m there, I'm turning it into a length. But look at the bonus here. If that is a length, then this here will be 7m, because 4m plus 3m is 7, and the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect one another. So now they're asking me for the length for EM over AM. EM over EM is that little one over AM. So I can say that that is 3m for EM over AM, which is 7m. And my reason here is I can actually start off by saying that EF is parallel to BD. That was given to us. And from that, this proportion comes EM corresponds to FD, and AM over here corresponds to AD. And they happen to be 3 over 7. Why? Because the sides are in proportion. Let's quickly do another one. The second question they ask me is CM over ME. Now CM is this line here, which we have as 7m, over ME, which is 3m. Why is this the case? Because the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect one another. Okay, and that simplifies to 7 over 3. Now, unfortunately, that's all that I have time for, folks, but what I wanted to show you with this last question is to transfer the ratio in the diagram to another side. You use the same lettering, 4 to 3, but you're going to say 4m to 3m or 4k to 3k, so that you don't confuse a ratio with a length. Make sure that you do that. Make sure you've got color pens when you do geometry or your second paper work, and make sure you've got a lot of highlighters to work with.